walked out into our stock field from last year. This field will be planted to soybeans. We will no-till plant into this field. We're kind of going to check these conditions, see what it's like. We've been extremely cool all spring. I mean, extremely cool, down below freezing at night. Normally at this time of year, we are planting. We'll plant corn for sure, but also for the last few years, we've started planting soybeans early and planting them in April. Seems like that we get more nodes, we have more sunlight a little longer, and so that has worked out. Seems like our yields are a little better. Whenever this conditions get favorable, we'll start planting probably both corn and soybeans. And this is one of the fields we looked at last winter and when it was snowing on us. So we planned on a normal spring, planting at a normal time. We might have to adjust that somewhat. We're not behind at this time, but we are supposed to get another inch or more tomorrow. It's supposed to get cooler again next week. So we're watching the weather forecast. That's what we're looking at. And we might have to adjust some things. Right now we're not going to. We have time. Yields really don't start dropping off as far as planting corn. They don't drop off much until we get into past May 10th. Soybeans, you can go longer than that, but your yields are gonna start getting a little lower yield. Like I said earlier, if we can get these soybeans planted in April, it seems like our better yields anymore are when beans are planted in late April, first week of May. So that's what we're looking at. The corn and soybean acres are a moving target right now. The USDA has estimated less corn acres than what people thought earlier in the year. And that has to do with supply chain issues, with fertilizers, the high prices of fertilizers. You need more nitrogen with corn. So there could be some changing of what is being planted this year. I believe in the Corn Belt, in the Iowa, Illinois area. I don't think we'll change too much from our program unless we get really late in the season, because we just really grow. But I think if people got on their fertilizers last fall, they're going to stick with that. Both prices have just gone up with our expenses, has skyrocketed. Our prices for our products has also gone up. Corn and soybeans have really gone up. No one knows for sure. I think when we were talking earlier in the winter, we didn't really know this is going to happen that's happening in Ukraine, and that has really thrown a different thought process that's going through everyone's mind. One thing we do as farmers, and I'm not telling farmers anything new, it's a lot different than when maybe my father and grandfather farmed. You just kind of went through the process. But right now we do a lot of decision making. We do a lot more business process and thinking forward. It's a little different ball game than past generations, and all farmers know this. Now most farmers do these same things just to kind of fill in people that aren't quite as familiar with it. It's a whole new process. It's very much of a business now. It's not just a family tradition. It's not just a way of life. It's a business. And if you don't approach it that way, you probably might have some problems going forward as fast as things are changing. And agriculture is just as the same as the rest of the world.